and welcome to this week's special edition of Beyond the Game. I'm Charlotte Bates, and after a defining year for the world of sport, we look back at some of the most unmissable moments of 2025. From PSG making history to lift the Champions League title for the very first time, to a tennis season like no other, this show will be dedicated to some of our top sporting highlights. 2025 saw plenty of shocks in the beautiful game, from Tottenham winning their first piece of silverware in nearly 2 decades to England winning the UEFA Women's Euro, and closer to home, Galatasaray winning their 25th league title. But maybe the biggest shock came from Paris Saint-Germain, who produced a masterclass in Munich as they thrashed Inter Milan 5-0 to win the Champions League for the very first time and become the first French side to complete the treble. Roland Santos was there to report from the Allianz Arena. And that triumph in Munich had been 14 years in the making for the club's owners, who took over an underachieving club with a vision of glory and began their own French Revolution. Well, joining me now to look back at a superb season for PSG is football journalist Paul Scott. So, Paul, a year to remember, to say the least, for PSG, achieving that long-awaited dream of lifting the Champions League trophy after so many failed attempts and so many sacrifices. And if you're going to make history, you might as well do it with a bang, right? 5-0 against Inter. What sort of spectacular moment was that? How significant was it? Awarded the FIFA's Men's Player of the Year. What's behind his resurgence of 2025?
Again, I think it's playing in a team that gets the best out of him. Luis Enrique, we know what sort of...
Now, in the tennis season 2025 witnessed some unforgettable moments. And we have to begin with, of course, Carlos Alcaraz retaining his French Open title after saving 3 championship points to beat Yannick Sinner in the longest ever final at Roland Garros. Well, the Italian... Well, to review quite the season, let's put back with a tennis journalist, Ravi Uber. So, Ravi, this season, it seems like it was just the Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz show in the men's event. How did both players completely separate themselves from the rest of the field?
Sure.
The basketball with the EuroLeague. And over the year, Turkey's Fenerbahce conquered Europe's biggest basketball competition, winning the iconic EuroLeague trophy for the second time. Well, let's now bring in Murat Hanalou for all things EuroLeague and Fenerbahce. So, Murat, Fenerbahce, after 7 years, finally win their second EuroLeague championship in what a lot of people said was a bit of a surprise. Would you agree? And after so many failed attempts, both at Barcelona and Fenerbahce, why was this year different? And how important was it for him to actually win it this time around? And that's a wrap for this week's edition of Beyond the Game. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.